Right.
I want to get to a couple questions that I have for you.
Sure.
So let's get into this, the sex scandals part of it. Look, Bill Clinton, sex scandals while he was in the governor's mansion, while he's in the presidential office. None of that is new to anybody. What I am curious about is it presents a situation once you get really to the governor's mansion, or even more so into the Oval Office, the security risk of behavior that is outside of your marriage, having affairs. You've got the typical risk, which is, a jilted mistress. Maybe she wants to get back at you physically, kill you, and then kill herself, that type of thing. But then, maybe more importantly, also potentially a foreign agent or even a corporate agent just trying to get information. Has his behavior in the Oval Office, did it change policies at all within the Secret Service to how do we deal with this? Obviously, there was policies to deal with, keep the other spouse away while he's maybe interacting, inappropriately somewhere. But more importantly, is there a process, where it's okay, we need to vet who the president is with? I mean, he's not going to be the first who is going to have affairs. He's not going to be the last. So, from securing the secrets that are within the White House as well as the president himself, what do we do there?
Well, I get exactly what you're saying, and it's funny. I always thought, like, when it became to me that Monica Lewinsky had more on her mind than being an employee of the White House. It did occur to me, because I'm an old, I was in the Air Force during the Cold War, so I have that Cold War mentality also. And my first thought in my mind was, how do we know who she is? Now, I can't tell you if anybody high up in the Secret Service ever did any further check on her to see who she was when they realized what was going on. I don't know that they did. If somebody came out and said they did, it wouldn't surprise me, but it's not the Secret Service's job to tell the protectees who they can and can't, socialize, or however you want to put it with, whether it's just social or having an affair with. I know that sounds bizarre, but then again, there's many bizarre things that the first Clinton administration brought us, and that's one of my fears, that the second Clinton administration will bring us more and more bizarre things to have to think about and talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to me, it's just a security concern. I mean, in spycraft, I mean, it's called the classic honey trap. So, and it's employed. We employ it. Our own CIA employs it overseas.
Sure.
Other agencies employ it. I mean, it's not like because the president of the United States is the president of the United States that he's immune from that type of operation. And I think with his proclivities, shown both at the governor's level and at the presidential level, that it's a very high security concern.
Yeah, I saw that myself, and I think I talk a little bit about it in the book, but I certainly it was definitely one of my fears. And then the other things you brought up was, what if because of these affairs, we actually discussed myself, other officers and agents. Now, I don't want to give you the impression that, an official memo came from the top down, but the guys, the working agents on the detail and the officers that worked in the West Wing and the mansion discussed these things. And what if the First Lady caught the president in an affair and there was a domestic dispute over it? Because as I detail in my book, Questions of Character, there are some examples of her becoming violent. So angry that she starts to become dangerous, or could become dangerous in certain situations.